think a lot of those guys in that locker room are battling through things, and I think at the same time, the best thing about it is we get another chance at it, to get healthy 2 weeks. And
Warriors! Come out and play!
Then Drake Maye, congratulations, second-year guy taking your team to a Super Bowl. Amazing.
These conditions, Jim, it's not great throwing the football, but hey, we do what we need to do. Defense stepped up huge. Like I said, I love these guys, and we're off the Super Bowl, Jim. Let's go.
Well, I think his knowledge of the game, his comfort level in the pocket, his ability to, throughout the season, he led the NFL in 3 categories, completion percentage and a couple others, and he just had the ability to throw the ball so accurately down the field.
The New England Patriots just punched their ticket to the Super Bowl with a gritty, ugly, absolutely brutal 10-7 win over the Denver Broncos in conditions that would make a polar bear think twice. And while the football world is still trying to process what they just witnessed in that snowy mess at Mile High, one man is breaking the internet right now: Drake Maye. The second-year quarterback who just became the youngest Patriots signal caller to start a Super Bowl at 23 years old is going absolutely viral for his post-game comments. And listen, it's not just what he said, it's how he said it, when he said it, and what it represents for this franchise that's clawing its way back to glory. Let's break this down.
Yeah, it's full circle. My dad, when I think I was maybe 7th grade, said if the Panthers made it, we were going to go. And it was heartbreaking. They lost to the Broncos. And but no, it was what an experience for a kid at my age who loved football.
Full circle. Drake Maye just told the world that as a 7th grader, he watched his beloved Carolina Panthers lose to the Broncos in Super Bowl 50, Peyton Manning's last ride, the game that broke young Drake's heart. And now he just beat those same Broncos in Denver in a conference championship game to punch his ticket to the Super Bowl. Not as a fan, not as a spectator, as the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. You cannot write this script. You cannot manufacture this kind of poetic justice. The football gods are working overtime right now, and Drake Maye is their vessel. But here's where it gets even better. Maye isn't just living out some childhood fantasy. He's doing it with a swagger and authenticity that's capturing the hearts of football fans everywhere. This isn't some rehearsed corporate speak nonsense. This is raw emotion from a kid who's living his dream in real time and can't quite believe it himself. The game itself was an absolute disaster from an offensive standpoint, let's be real. 10-7 in a conference championship in 2025. Drake Maye threw for, wait for it, 86 yards. 86! But he rushed for 65. He made plays with his legs when the snow turned that football field into an ice skating rink. He protected the football, he managed the game, he did exactly what champions do when the conditions say absolutely not to your passing attack.
Well, I think his knowledge of the game, his comfort level in the pocket, his ability to, throughout the season, he led the NFL in 3 categories, completion percentage and a couple others, and he just had the ability to throw the ball so accurately down the field.
Romo gets it. This season, Drake Maye has been a problem for opposing defenses. He led the league in completion percentage. He's been surgical. He's been efficient. He's been everything the Patriots needed after the disaster that was the Gerard Mayo era. But today wasn't about stats. Today was about guts, about heart, about doing whatever it takes. And Maye's post-game comments are resonating because they show a quarterback who gets it. He understands the moment. He appreciates the journey. He's not taken any of this for granted. Listen to what he said about taking that final knee in victory formation.
Man, that's cool. It's pretty special. It's something that I won't forget. Road Warriors, 9-0 on the road, playing for this team and finishing victory formation.
9-0 on the road. Read that again. 9-0. This Patriots team went into hostile environments all season long and just kept winning. They went into Buffalo and won. They went into Baltimore and won. They went into Denver in a blizzard and won. That's not luck. That's not accident. That's culture. That's coaching. That's having a quarterback who refuses to blink when the lights are brightest. Mike Vrabel has completely transformed this organization in 1 year, one single year, from the ashes of a 4-win season to the doorstep of a championship. And he's done it by building something real, something authentic, something that matters to these players.
Fun to coach. They're entertaining. You know, we get another week for Will's weekend update. So they've been resilient. They've been very coachable. There's a lot of connectivity.
Fun to coach, resilient, coachable. Those aren't just buzzwords, that's the DNA of championship teams. And Vrabel knows it because he lived it as a player in New England during their dynasty years. He knows what it takes, he knows what it looks like, and he's building it again with Drake Maye as his centerpiece. But back to why Maye is going viral, it's the authenticity. In an era where every athlete sounds like they went through the same media training seminar, Drake Maye sounds like a real human being. He sounds like a kid from North Carolina who grew up loving football and now gets to play it at the highest level. He sounds grateful. He sounds humble. He sounds hungry. When asked about the conditions and how the game unfolded, Maye didn't make excuses. He didn't complain. He just talked about adapting and competing. The social media reaction has been insane. Twitter is on fire. TikTok is flooded with clips. Instagram is going nuts. Why? Because people are starving for authenticity in sports. They're tired of the canned responses. They're tired of the corporate robots. They want to see emotion. They want to see passion. They want to see someone who actually cares about what they're doing. Drake Maye gives them all of that and more. And here's the thing that's making this moment even bigger: the Patriots' connection to Super Bowl 50. Think about this timeline. Super Bowl 50, Drake Maye watches heartbroken as the Panthers lose to the Broncos. 10 years later, Drake Maye beats the Broncos in Denver to go to the Super Bowl wearing a Patriots jersey. The same franchise he was rooting against as a kid. The same franchise that's now his home. The same franchise that's now betting their entire future on him.
And then Drake Maye's legs. I mean, he ran the ball 10 times for 65 yards. To me, it's like that's not the recipe you going into a game and at any point this year to say this is how we're going to win. But today, that's what winning quarterbacks do. They figure out a way to win. He did that today, and he's definitely an MVP candidate. Forget about...
It's genuinely mind-blowing when you think about it. The symmetry is almost too perfect. It's the kind of storyline that makes you believe in fate, in destiny, in the idea that some things are just meant to be. But let's not get lost in the fairy tale without acknowledging the reality of what just happened. This game was ugly. This game was a struggle. This game tested every ounce of mental toughness this Patriots team could muster. The offense sputtered. The conditions were absurd. The Broncos defense showed up ready to fight. And yet, when it mattered most, when the game was on the line, Drake Maye made the plays. That fourth quarter scramble for a first down, that wasn't in the playbook. That was instinct. That was athleticism. That was a young quarterback refusing to let his team lose. And the fact that he did it in a snowstorm, on the road, in the biggest game of his life, that's the stuff legends are made of. The viral moment isn't just about one quote or one soundbite. It's about the totality of who Drake Maye is showing himself to be. It's about a young quarterback who carries himself with maturity beyond his years while still maintaining the wonder and joy of a kid playing backyard football. It's about someone who respects the history of the game while writing his own chapter. It's about authenticity in an age of manufactured personas. And the football world is eating it up. The comparisons to Tom Brady are inevitable, and honestly, they're not completely unfair. Not because Maye is going to win 7 Super Bowls, nobody's doing that again, but because of the intangibles, the leadership, the competitive fire, the ability to elevate everyone around him, the clutch gene that you can't teach, can't coach, can't quantify.
Rushed for 65. He did the things that they needed to win. He made the decisions at the right moment, didn't turn the ball over. I mean, that's the difference in games like this.
Tony Romo alluded to it in his breakdown. He stopped short of saying, "This is the next dynasty," but you could hear it in his voice. The possibility, the potential, The what if that's now becoming a holy crap, this might actually be happening. Mike Vrabel has created something special in New England. He brought back Josh McDaniels to coordinate the offense. He built a defensive identity that's suffocating. He established a culture of toughness and accountability. And most importantly, he found his quarterback, his guy, the one who can carry this thing forward for the next decade. Drake Maye's viral moment isn't just about nostalgia or a cute backstory. It's about the arrival of a new era in New England. It's about the torch being passed. It's about a franchise that refused to stay down, finding its footing again. It's about a young quarterback announcing to the world that he's here, he's ready, and he's not going anywhere. The Super Bowl awaits. The journey that started with a heartbroken 7th grader watching the Panthers lose has now come full circle, with a 23-year-old quarterback leading the Patriots to Championship Sunday. And whether he wins or loses in 2 weeks, Drake Maye has already won something far more valuable: the hearts and minds of football fans who are desperate to believe in something real. That's why he's going viral. That's why the quotes are spreading like wildfire. That's why everyone is talking about him right now. Because in a world that often feels manufactured and fake, Drake Maye is the real deal, and we can't get enough of it. The Road Warriors are headed to the Super Bowl, 9-0 away from home, 1 game away from glory, and the quarterback leading them there is going viral for all the right reasons. This is Drake Maye's moment, and he's making damn sure we never forget it.